Hi, my name is Jessica Kirby, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 different trees and berry bushes that many of the Northwest coastal regional Native American tribes used. They used these plants for everything from medicine to food to making tools and houses. And the first specimen that we're going to be looking at right here is this giant Douglas fir tree. The scientific name for the Doug fir tree is Pseudotsuga menziesii, and the coastal tribes often use the wood of this tree in various areas of their lives. More often than not, it was used as a firewood because it burned fairly well, but it was also used to make various handles and for tools and weapons, and it was even used to make certain tools such as barbs, hooks, spoons, and even fire tongs. The pitch of this tree was also used for medicinal purposes. The pitch was often put over salves and skin irritations to help heal them, and the pitch was also used as kind of an older age glue to help seal joints of implementations, like the tools and weapons that they would make from this wood. So this plant here is a common one that many people probably already recognize. This is a salmonberry plant, or Rubus spectabilis. The salmonberry plant was valued for its edible berries and for its edible sprouts. As you can see, the berries are usually red or orange, and they were typically eaten raw, oftentimes with actual salmon, funny enough. These berries could not be dried because they contain too much water in their seeds. But the sprouts of this plant, if you cut them when they're green, you can break them apart, and peeling the outer layer off, you can eat these either raw or steamed, as the native tribes used to commonly do. So, take a bite. Mostly tastes like a little bit of sour salmonberry, very watery, but, it's not too bad. So we have here a red alder tree. The scientific name is Alnus rubra, and the wood and the bark of this tree were commonly used by the Pacific Northwest coastal tribes. The wood was often used to smoke salmon and various other types of fish because it was considered some of the best for flavor. And the wood was also used to make various valuable items such as feast bowls, masks, and rattles. These were items that could be painted, and the bark of the red alder tree was used to make various red and orange dyes. The dyes could be various different hues depending on the age of the bark and the quantity of bark used. The red alder tree's bark also has medicinal properties. It was mixed in with medicines for tuberculosis and respiratory ailments, and it was also mixed in salves for skin infections and open wounds. Hi, so I have right here with me a red huckleberry bush. The scientific name for this plant is Vaccinium parvifolium. And as you can see, this bush has little edible red berries. These berries were often eaten raw, or sometimes they were dried, kind of like dried cranberries, and eaten that way throughout the winter. And the berries were often squished into a juice that could be gargled either as a drink that was used to whet the appetite, or even as a mouthwash. And the leaves and bark of this plant were very popular to be ground up and made into a decoction that was oftentimes gargled for such things as sore throats or inflamed gums, similar actually to how many sailors would eat citrus fruits to keep scurvy at bay. Hi, so this is a western red cedar tree behind me. The scientific name for it is Thuja plicata, and the Pacific Northwest coastal tribes use this entire tree, from the very roots to the crown. The younger, more pliable roots were often woven together to make ropes, baskets, or open weave mats. And the bark of this tree was also stripped off and used and woven together to make various mats, baskets, and even clothes in the case of the coastal Salish tribes. And the wood of this tree was often used for various items that they used throughout their life, from dugout canoes to masts, paddles, tool handles, weapons, and various other things. The wood, in a powdered form, was often put into many medicines to help with various types of ailments. And the youngest branches of the tree were often stripped bare and woven together to make open weave cedar baskets that were typically used to sort berries and bugs and separate those, or to drain water from shellfish that was gathered. This marks the end of my presentation, and I thank you all for watching.